Hypocrisy in Glastonbury. A bunch of people are working on the rejection of our historical culture and are lying to us about it, and even, most likely, lying to themselves. I'm Granniopteryx. So I've never been to Glastonbury, but apparently there's a little park there called the Chalice Well. And this is a little nook in the garden wall by the looks of things. And there was a statue in there once upon a time. It looked like this. And it had been donated by an artist called Ganesh. So I'm assuming he's from the Indian subcontinent somewhere along the line. All very multicultural, you might think. He had seen the original Eric Gill statue, which is in Glastonbury Abbey. There you are. Very nice statue too. Now, I just want to tell you about Eric Gill because he is furnishing a good excuse for the trustees or whatever of the Chalice Well. Eric Gill was a monster. I mean, he really was a nasty, horrible man. He was a great artist. He was still a nasty, as a person, he was just dreadful. Without wishing to go into too much detail, he was a naughty boy with his sister, his daughters, and the family dog. That was discovered well after his statues had become part of the British landscape. After he died, his diaries were published, or at least opened, and he noted everything down. He was rather proud of himself. Okay, so that was the monster. That monster created this. Now, there have been many nasty people in the art world. Murderers, people who did awful things, let's put it that way. And we look at their art and we just accept the art for what it is. The thing about Gill is he is at this moment furnishing an excuse for people to virtue signal. So there's this statue in Glastonbury Abbey, and Ganesh did, well, basically almost a copy, although the face is more round, more Buddha-like than the original, if you notice. Hang on. I'll try and put both of them together. So this little statue was, it looks like they just put it in this alcove in the wall. And here it looks like they put flowers around it. It says here the statue has been removed, but I can still see some of it back there. Anyway, it's not there now. And the Chalice Well Trust has given its reasons for doing that. The statue at the Chalice Well was taken down by the Chalice Well Trust, who say they were looking to maintain a neutral space welcoming to all spiritual paths. So what they mean is that the Christian element of the Chalice Well has been removed. I mean, if you're removing stuff from Glastonbury, Christian stuff from Glastonbury. Many visitors, it says here, have taken to social media to express their disappointment and sorrow. But that's what's wrong with a lot of people here in this country. Disappointment and sorrow. Why not absolute fury? Why not anger? This woman here says, I feel saddened by this decision. And so she's saddened. Why isn't she angry? And then Anna Chantel added, a mother and baby deity is as multi-faith or neutral as it can be, surely, wherever it's from. She is arguing from the side of the opposition. It's got nothing to do with multi-faith. It's a Christian symbol. This is a Christian country, still, officially. And Glastonbury is just about the most Christian of areas of England that you could actually come across. The Chalice Well Trust has responded to the outcry in a public statement. We're really sorry, they say. If the removal of the mother and child statue has upset people, yeah, they're really sorry, are they? They're only sorry that there's a bit of a fuss. And their self-satisfied feelings of virtue are being slightly dented by people objecting to their literally holier than thou attitudes. The mother, and then they use the excuse, oh, hang on, was not made lightly. It wasn't made lightly. No, of course it wasn't made lightly. It was made with the weight of your big heads, and was mainly because of upholding our ethos at Chalice Well of many paths, one source. So if there are many paths and one source, what's wrong with having the statue there? That's a Christian path. That's one of the many. The mother and child, and then they use the excuse. The mother and child statue was made many years ago, donated by Ganesh after he'd seen the Eric Gill mother and child at Glastonbury Abbey. In recent years, the allegations about Eric Gill have come to light, and the new board of trustees, and the operative word here is new, people who want to make their mark, they're more virtuous than everyone else, they're new, who all have long-standing connections with the well, yeah. And apparently you don't understand it, do you? And then it says here, consider the potential impact this statue could have on some people. Now, what are they actually saying there? Are people going to go up to that and say, oh, that's a copy by somebody from the Indian subcontinent of some statue elsewhere by somebody who wasn't very nice, and that's going to give me a heart attack, it's going to give me the flutters, oh, my pearls, my pearls. Is that, or are they more thinking of the occasional Muslim that might wander through and might go, ah, a statue, I'm melting. Because the sort of Muslims who are likely to visit Glastonbury, Chalice Well, are the sort who are likely to be educated and tolerant. Not the sort who mob schools in Bradford. So they say this is one of the contributing factors. Yeah, of course. Eric Gill did the one that was the original of the one that was done by an Indian. Let's just go further back and further back and further back. Our ethos is many paths, one source. No, your ethos is, I want to seem more virtuous than the previous guys. And then it is because everyone is welcome. Fine, that statue isn't stopping anyone from coming in. Nobody is obliged to do obeisance to it. There is nothing about going in there and having to kneel to the Virgin and Child before you can access the garden. It's just there, part of a Christian area. Whatever their spiritual, because everyone is welcome, whatever their spiritual belief, and the beauty of the garden is enough. And then they say, there are no longer statues in the Chalice Well garden because our beautiful garden is enough. Or possibly because there are some people who don't like statues. And you want to show how open-minded you are. You know what? You can get so open-minded that there's nothing there, and then that fills with something else, usually something bad. All spiritual paths are welcome as we uphold many paths, one source. Oh yeah, repeat the mantra, repeat the mantra. What a shower. Okay, well, I would advise people to get angry about this. People in Glastonbury, this is part of your heritage. It was donated by a very kind soul, and obviously that's a good place for it. And you should not be bullied by the people who are supposed to be the trustees of your heritage. They're the trustees, remember, not the owners. They are the trustees, which means you are the owners. Do something. Okay, till next time. You can help my channel by clicking like, by subscribing, by clicking the notification bell, and by sharing if you're so inclined. Links to my other channels are in the description, also links to donation sites, but really the best way you can help me is simply by clicking like. Thank you.